Soon afterward, following Abe's advice, I began emailing home drafts of my thesis in sociology, in part because I wanted her feedback, and in part to prove that in contrast to the pictures she was seeing on Facebook, I was actually doing work at college. In February, I emailed a draft of a chapter about how a new group of leaders, shaped by the experience of World War II, had changed the organization that I was studying into a more positive and progressive force. The next day, my mom, a perennial winner of the Novey family Talks Least Says Most award, emailed back. When you think about it, she wrote, biology protects the human race by bringing forth new generations who ask questions as to why things have to be the way they are. For almost 400 years, Harvard is a place where young people have learned how to ask those questions about why things have to be the way they are. With these questions in mind, we are working to chart our post-college course. We may feel paralyzed by the options, but many alums would have envied the luxury of choice. Members of the class of 1941 are here today for their 70th reunion. 70 years ago, as they sat in this yard on their class day, they had little choice about what to do after college. The draft loomed. Their next move was mandated. In 1966, on the occasion of their 25th reunion, Linda Greenhouse, a Crimson reporter at the time, described the atmosphere at the 1941 commencement. The war far overshadowed the labor fights, curriculum debates, the tutoring school muckraking, and the Yale games. America would be at peace for not quite 6 more months, and the class of 41 would be the first to fight. It was a scary world we graduated. 38 members of that class. 1 in 27 students did not live to see their 5th reunion. That's 1 for every entryway, 1 for every section or seminar. Many others were the physical and emotional scars of the war for the rest of their lives. The class of 41 was called on to fight for their values, and they answered that call, mightily. 70 years later, we too have been called to face challenges in a burdened world, but our call to arms is of a different sort. Today's challenges require courage in many different careers. The academic who challenges consensus in the field. The politician who votes your conscience when it's unpopular. The banker who blows the whistle on irresponsible practices. The teacher who believes that every student can learn. The artist or author who gives voice to an inconvenient truth. The doctor who puts healing ahead of profit. The community activist who enables his neighbors to find their collective voice. In the years ahead, we will face risks to our careers, and to our families, and to our finances, and to our reputations. And when those moments of decision arise, I hope we'll think back the ideals with which we graduate tomorrow. Before we know it, new generations will be asking us why things have to be the way they are. That's what new generations do. And it's certainly what Harvard alums do. And if we are lucky enough to return to this yard for our own 70th reunion, we will have to be ready to answer to the graduating class of 2081.